Hey, well, good morning. Good morning. So I'm excited to share this breathing practice because even though I teach a lot of different things, this is my daily practice. This is what I do every day in some form or another. I don't exactly follow this whole the sequence I'll teach, but this hopefully will give you some options to bring this into your day-to-day, whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's 45 minutes, which is about how long we'll go today. Breathing is the most important practice that we have. We breathe on average 17,000 to 22,000 times a day. Okay, so when we start to actually take notice of our breath, we directly affect our nervous system. So when we're breathing short and when we're breathing out of panic, or we notice that we're holding our breath, or we're just doing it naturally because we might feel a bit stressed or reading emails or whatever it might be, we're actually increasing our stress response. So the sympathetic nervous system, the part that gets us into fight, flight, or freeze. And then with breath, when we start to be aware of our breath, when we start to slow it down, we encourage a parasympathetic response. So slowing down our breathing, slowing down our heart rate, slowing down our, and increasing our ability to digest and rest. And so this is why the breath practice is so important, especially since most people I speak with are feeling like we're go, 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 and there's always something more to do, and there's a lot of pressures, and there's a lot of demands on our day-to-day. So this is a safe and sacred space for us to explore a connection with ourselves. So that is my intention for you all and for you all watching the recording. And we're going to do 3 breath practices. The one is more energetic. The second one will be to slow down and to calm and to bring balance. And then the last one will explore some breath retention. That is one of my favorite breathing practices. As usual, when we're working with breath, you want to be really mindful of how you feel. Contraindications would be if you have high blood pressure or epilepsy, or if you notice that you just feel really dizzy and you want to fall over, you can certainly stop and come back to a natural breath. We're directly affecting our nervous system, so it's really important to just be gentle. So again, this is not Simon Says. This is, feel, explore, listen. And we'll have a really fun journey. So sitting however you like, those of you here sitting on a block, we will midway have a chance to stretch our legs because it's a long time to be seated for some of us. You can also do this in a chair if you prefer, and you can also do this lying down. Although sometimes lying down, at least I tend to fall asleep for some of it, so it's good to be alert and have a straight spine. So we can start by closing our eyes if that feels nice and relaxing for you, or just halfway gaze. And just start to notice your breath. Noticing the texture of your breath as you start. The length. Maybe where it is in your body as you inhale and as you exhale. Maybe recognizing that by simply bringing our awareness to breath, we naturally slow it down, we naturally lengthen. We might feel that parasympathetic part of our nervous system kick in with that feeling of, It might even be nice on your next exhale to make a sigh or some kind of sound. And just bringing your awareness back, and if you can, breathing in and out of the nose. Our nostrils help to filter the air that we breathe, and also really helps to stimulate a deeper breath. When we mouth breathe, that's actually part of the increasing of the stress response. So if you're not blocked in your nose, just see if you can keep the inhales and exhales through the nostrils. Our first breath for today is called an energy breathing technique. And it's a little bit more active. And the reason that we're starting with this is to wake up. Usually I start my practice at least in the morning, and it's just a nice way to get all our energy channels flowing. So you can open your eyes if they're not already and take a look at me. And the way this breath is we bring our arms up overhead and the hands are open, and it's an inhale through the nose and then exhale through the nose and you bring your hands down. So it's just like this, and we'll take about 20 or so rounds, and we'll do it 3 times, and in between I'll give us some space to explore. And as we do this, our heart and lung meridians run along the arms here. So the heart meridian runs from your pinky finger up into the heart, and the lung meridian runs up from the thumb on the top of the shoulder into the lungs on both arms. And so as we do this, we're also opening up those channels. So really open the palms wide and then bring the hands together as you bring them down, okay? So let's take a deep breath in here, just feeling our length of spine. And then as you inhale, let's bring the arms up and then exhale here. And then we'll get started a little bit more quickly. Inhale, exhale, hands to your shoulders. Inhale, hands to shoulders. Inhale, hands down. Keep going. Going at your own pace. In and out of the nose. Forgot to mention you might want a tissue handy. Maybe a little faster if that feels okay for you. 10. 5. And release, bring your arms down. Come back to a natural breath. You can slow down your breathing. Feel your heart rate. Feel your breath. And just noticing what you observe, what you feel, what you sense, what you hear, what you see, what you smell, just really tuning in. We'll take a few more breaths here in stillness before we take our next round, and really allow yourself to just observe the effects of this practice. Taking one more breath here. And then when you're ready, we can open our eyes if they're not already, and we'll prepare for the next round. Arms up, palms open. Inhale, and let's go right in. Your own pace of breathing, slower or faster as you feel appropriate. We'll do about 30 pumps. Ten. And release. Release your arms, bring your awareness in. You can close your eyes if that feels grounding. You can always also have them halfway open, gazing at one point if that's preferable. And you may feel the desire to exhale through the mouth, and just honor that. You're just releasing this intensity. Again, this breath is designed to bring some energy into all of our systems. And sometimes we need to just release. Yeah. Taking a couple of moments and really centering with your breath. And centering may mean feeling your sit bones on the ground or chair if you're sitting in a chair. It may mean feeling your spine lengthen as you breathe in. And it may mean softening your shoulders as you exhale. Connecting in with what anchors you. What anchors you in the present. Taking about 3 to 5 more breaths here, and just tuning in. Noticing where your focus is. There's no right or wrong focus, but just noticing where it is. Maybe it's a physical place in your body, or maybe it's on the movement of your breath. And then slowly, when you're ready, we're going to open our eyes and we'll just take one more round. Everyone doing okay? Okay, it's the last round of this energy breathing, and maybe you can feel the wake up effects. At least I feel a little more awake. We're doing this in the morning here, so. All right, so when you're ready, inhale, arms up, palms really wide, really spread the fingers, take a deep breath in, and let's go right in. One, 10, and release. And we're going to take a little longer here to tune in. So just do whatever you need. That's an exhale through the mouth. But see if you can sit with the vibration. That may be one way to describe what you're feeling, or the heart rate that's maybe increased. We'll just bring our breath, bring our attention to our breath. You may find it helpful to bring an anchor, a point of focus to just beneath your belly button. You may even want to place a hand or both hands there. It's up to you. Noticing where is your focus. And whatever is most centering for you, whether it's feeling your hands on your low belly or feeling your sit bones on the ground or the length of your spine with each breath, let that be your anchor. Let that be what brings you back to center. Maybe you can gently remind your focus to settle there if it starts to wander. We'll just take 3 more breaths here. Breathing down into belly as you inhale. Allowing the exhale to gently come up and out without any forcing. Whenever you're ready, we can start to release our hands if they're on the body, open the eyes when you're ready. We're going to take a little movement because I know it might have been a while for our legs for some of us. So you can stretch the legs out. If you are sitting cross-legged or if you're in a chair, you can take some movements. And I like to just rub the hands up and down the legs a little bit. And then however you want to sit, if you're sitting on the floor, I recommend legs forward just to have a little break. But we're just going to do a little spinal movement from top to bottom. So we're just going to start with the head and neck and just a couple of circles, maybe 2 or 3 in one direction. And again, coming back to that anchor that we spoke about. So seeing if you can just stay present. And then switch if you haven't already. Just kind of getting any cricks out of the neck and shoulders. And then eventually coming to center. And then we will move our shoulders. You can move them up and back a couple times. And again, breathing out through the mouth anytime you feel you need to release something. When we exhale through the mouth, it really is like a letting go. So just honor what you feel. You don't need to control the breath here in any way, just being aware of it. Nice. And then we're going to come into the thoracic spine, right in the center of the chest. And just like little cat-cows, kind of open and arch the back. Maybe the chin lengthens up and exhale round. And then you can do that maybe 1 or 2 times. That spinal extension and flexion. And then let's go lateral. So it might be nice to have a hand on the floor. You can just kind of lean to one side and then the other. And you can even slide your hand up one side and even bring the hand up and over. Yeah. And that can feel really nice for not only the thoracic spine, but also the diaphragm, freeing the space around the belly. Nice. And then we're just going to take some circles in the torso. So the hips and the shoulders stay more or less in one plane, but you're just kind of moving the torso. Yeah. So less in the hips, so more in the space that we just opened. Yes, that's it. And just allowing this movement to free up the lungs. You're right in the space of the lungs and the diaphragm, the 2 most important parts of our body in breathing. And then when you feel even, we're going to come into the hips. So I'm going to cross my legs again, but you can keep them straight if you like. And just kind of take the hip circle. So that might mean leaning forward and back a lot, or however you want to move your hips. Yeah. And this might be really nice and freeing for the low back. Wonderful. And then we're going to be coming back into a kind of a still practice. So anything else you need to move before we become still. And you can change your seating position. Some of us may want to prop ourselves up with a blanket or a block or move in any way that feels right for you. You can also sit up against a wall. That's a great option. Okay. So we're going to come back to whatever position you feel you can be still in for some time. We're going to bring one hand to heart and one hand to low belly. So the hand or the palm is just beneath the belly button. And as we start to tune in, finding your anchor, And really noticing what that anchor is for you. What is the strongest or the most centering anchor for you? There's no right answer. There's just simply what brings you to center, what pulls you into yourself. What is that? And then here with our hands on our body, just take a moment to notice heart space. Maybe as you inhale, you can feel an expansion around the lungs. And then noticing belly space on your next breath, noticing an awareness of filling up in the low belly. And just letting the breath expand into both heart space and belly space. And see if you can expand more of your awareness. So starting in the chest, bringing your awareness to the tops of your lungs. And then on your next breath, maybe you can bring your awareness to the backs, the bottom tips of your lungs. And then in the belly on your next breath, see if you can really bring your breath downward, filling up, pooling in the low belly. And then on your next breath, stretching your awareness into your low back. And then taking a few breaths to explore more expansion of your awareness. So maybe tops of shoulders down to hips. What is it like to expand this whole area with your breath? That may be just an intention, or it may be a physical sensation. Continuing to expand your awareness of breath. Maybe into your arms and into your hands. And then down into legs and feet. And some of you may appreciate visualizing a globe of light that expands with each breath. Your aura expanding, this beautiful light, whatever color you feel, connect to. And as your awareness of breath in the places of your body expands, so too does this globe of beautiful, soft light. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your awareness down below your body into the crust of the earth. And then let the exhale come. And each inhale, like we're digging deeper. Inhale, you're bringing your awareness and touching and spreading this light downward, a little deeper, below the crust of the earth. Letting the exhale come. And then every inhale, you're digging deeper downward. And on your next inhale, you start to arrive at the molten lava core. This is our body's home. Everything that we are made of, our physical body, exists in the earth, is all around us. And every time you breathe in, feel like you are anchoring down into the core of Mother Earth, into the core of Gaia, into the center of our planet. And maybe you can feel that as you inhale, you wrap a cord of light, of connection, right around the center of this core. And then as you exhale, this cord comes up. Inhale, dropping your cord down to the center of the earth. Exhale, feeling that wrap up as it comes up through you. Inhale, down to the core of the earth. Exhale, feeling that energy, feeling that connection, feeling that support come up through you. And keep going a few more times. Really feel grounded, feeling connected to the physical home of your body. And now we start to bring our awareness and our attention up. So on your next inhale, start to bring your awareness up. And you can even tap the crown of your head just to kind of give yourself a physical reminder of where you're going. And just every inhale, send your breath up and let the exhale gently fall. Inhale to the crown of your head. Exhale, let the awareness fall. And on your next breath, we're going to inhale all the way up, starting to lift your awareness above the crown of your head. Exhale, letting the awareness drop down. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up higher and higher, above the room, above the clouds. Exhale, letting the awareness drop. And the next inhale, going to the center of the universe, however you imagine or feel that, just sending your awareness up. And then as you exhale, coming back down. And just play with that. Inhale, lengthening up, awareness shoots up, feel the light and the cord reaching up. And then exhale, letting that fall back into your heart space maybe, or belly space, or heart belly space. And this is the home of our soul, of our higher self, or maybe you identify more with just the home of your heart. So feeling that connection. We're going to start to link the two together. If you prefer to have your hands in your lap, you can move your hands. And here we're going to inhale down to the center of the earth, and then back up to the heart space, and then inhale up to the center of the universe, and then exhale back down to the heart space. And we'll do that a few times. So exhale everything here. Inhale down to the core of the earth. Exhale back into your heart, feeling it come up. Inhale up, crown of head, up, up, up into the center of the universe. Exhale down into heart. Inhale down into the center of Gaia. Exhale up into your heart. Inhale up through the crown of your head, all the way up to the center of the universe. Exhale down to heart. And then keep going a few more times on your own. Really feeling your heart space expand. Each time you breathe. And some of you may enjoy the visual of the light as you breathe, bringing the cord of light up and down. Really feel that you have a pillar of awareness, pillar of light, all the way from the earth up into the center of the universe, however you imagine or feel or experience that. Really feeling centered, really feeling connected. Taking two more. And as we slowly start to let that breathing exercise and visualization go, still feel anchored, feeling so connected to the earth and feeling so connected to universe, heart, source, whatever way you identify with that which is beyond. And slowly, let's just rub our palms together. Create a little heat, create a little friction. One more breath. Bringing your hands again to heart and belly space. Feeling that deep connection with yourself and with the self that is connected to the earth and to source and to each other. And whenever you're ready, you can start to release the hands and maybe even open the eyes. I see some smiles. How are we doing? So I think that one just came because I felt like it was a nice one to do. So we're gonna skip alternate nostril breathing for now and go to the Wim Hof, but is everyone okay? Okay, all right. So what is known as Wim Hof is also known as Bahya breathing from Sanskrit. And this is a breath where we oxygenate heavily, we breathe in and we breathe out, and I'll guide you through that. And then on the end of the exhale, we hold the breath out for as long as is comfortable. And the reason for that is that most of us, we inhale a lot, but we don't exhale completely. And so we're essentially not releasing carbon dioxide from our blood that makes our body acidic. And cortisol, which is the stress hormone that is released whenever we are mouth breathing or breathing sharply or just stressed, is acidic. And so we create acidity in the body, which creates inflammation, which creates disease and illness and all sorts of things. So the purpose of this breath is to release the carbon dioxide and start to allow a balancing of your body's acidity levels, essentially. And I find it to be a really deep way to drop into this still space. And for me, this is how I experience God, universe, source. It's just this stillness. And again, this is just my way, and I'm sharing it for whoever resonates. Your way is your way, and everything is welcome. It can also just be a healthy breathing practice to kind of recenter. So if you want to lie down, you can lie down. I'm going to be seated just so that I can teach it. You guys can all hear and see me. And we'll do a couple of rounds. I think we'll do 3 rounds. And so I'll guide you through deep inhale and exhale. And I like to think about filling up the chest and belly so that the inhale is like, so there's a 2-part kind of inhale and then exhale, belly chest. So that it comes in parts. I like that, like chest, belly, and then belly chest or whatever. Just basically start to inhale and then really fully inhale and then exhale and then really fully exhale. And it's through the nose if you can. And then I'll let you know when it's 3 or so breaths left. And then the last time, the last exhale, you'll exhale and then you'll stay empty. So no inhale. And the tendency will be to inhale. And if you did that, just exhale again and see if you can stay in that stillness of emptiness. And part of it too is starting to train ourselves to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, to be still with the unknown. And we're going to go as long as you feel safe, and there's no competition. There's no how long I can go and getting better. You don't need this to be another way that we have to perform, but I'll invite you to stay as long as you can. And then when you need to inhale, we inhale and imagine again the breath rising, and then you can hold the breath at the top for about 10 to 15 seconds. All right, so I'll time the first one, and you'll probably be able to hold it longer than what I guide you, and that's just so that everybody can be together on this first round, and then the next 2 will maybe go a little longer on your own. Okay. So getting comfortable, again, lying down is perfectly fine. If you would like to lie down, make sure you're cozy. And this breath does bring a little bit of dizziness. So just be mindful that if you do feel dizzy, that you have a safe space around you. So I like to bring my hand on my belly just to remind myself to take that full breath in and out. So you can do the same if you like. But here we're going to start with an inhale and exhale. Inhale, chest, belly. Exhale, belly, chest. Inhale, really full. Exhale, full inhale, full exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Keep going. You may find that you need to push your breath out, and that's okay. Really exaggerate. Yeah, you can hear your breath. Go slower if you need to. Go faster if that feels okay. But really inhale, really exhale. Really inhale, really exhale. And about 5 more. 3. Last one. Exhale completely. Stay empty. Stay empty. Soften, soften belly, soften jaw. Soften around your temples. Stay empty. Notice your heart rate. And then let's inhale here. Holding at the top. As you hold, see if you can soften belly and shoulders and sit up, or if you're lying down, just lengthen spine. And release, exhaling through the nose. So that's 1 round. Everyone okay? Everyone get the format? Okay, so this next one, I'm going to give us a little more time. Okay, so if you need to breathe earlier than when I invite you back to breathe, just breathe when you need to. And if you want to hold your breath out longer, if that's a part of your practice, then feel free. I'll give ample space between this round and this last round, okay? So whenever you're ready, we'll get started. We'll do about 30. So I'll let you know when we're at about 30 if you want to do more or if you want to go into the hold there. So when you're ready, we can inhale. That's 25. And 30. So staying in the stillness, notice what you can soften. Notice what you can relax. And notice if you can bring your awareness around your body, maybe to the throat and then down to the chest, and then down to the low belly, and then down to the tailbone. And if you feel a sense of discomfort, just notice if you can bring your attention to it and just see if anything changes. Whenever you need to breathe, remember you can go ahead and take your breath. And that first breath, you're going to inhale fully, hold at the top for about 10 to 15 seconds. Wherever you are, just allow yourself to be. We'll take a few more moments in stillness. And noticing before we start the next round, this will be our last round, but just noticing your anchor, how centered you may feel. And then as we go into this last one, as we're in that still space, I invite you to explore that still space. And I like to imagine it as going into a tunnel. You're kind of reaching in that tunnel for just this spaciousness, whatever it is that's there. So getting ready to start again, we're gonna get ready here. Take a deep breath in and exhale. I'm doing about 30 or so. Got 20 here. Remember, slow down if you need to, stop if you need to, respecting your body, taking about 5 more if you're feeling okay. And then that last one, stay empty. And then let it be like almost a suction cup. Just let it hold like you've gone underwater and you're exploring. You can swim freely, you can float freely, you're safe, you're held. Seeing what's around you in your mind's eye, feeling the expansiveness of yourself. Feeling the ocean of your being, your awareness, your sense of wholeness. feeling and being and diving within. You may notice some tingling. You may notice other sensations. Just explore, observe. Whenever you need to breathe, you can breathe in. Holding at the top for about 10 to 15 seconds. Again, notice what you notice. Feeling into your anchor. If you're lying down, you can stay lying down. I'm just going to take the last 5 or 6 minutes here just to come back to a natural breath. If you prefer to sit up, you can certainly do that as well. I know I need to stretch my legs. So just allowing your breath. And it may feel nice, especially if you are lying down, to notice the points of contact of your body with the floor. And then noticing also the points of spaciousness. So maybe the back of your neck or the small of your back. Maybe just behind the ankles and the Achilles tendon, that space above the heels. And nothing to control or direct, really just allowing natural breath. And just bringing your awareness and your focus back to your anchor. Your anchor here may be different than when you were sitting up. Just whatever brings you back to center, whatever brings you back to this moment. Just taking another couple of breaths here. If you're lying down, staying lying down, or however you are, just allowing yourself to savor your breath. And then we're slowly going to find our way back to a seated position if you are lying down. So you may want to hug your knees into your chest slowly, maybe one at a time. And then rolling over to one side. And eventually making your way back to whatever seated position you would like. You can take any movements that you need to. Maybe a little crick of the head and neck. Maybe a little roll of the shoulders. And then let's all bring our arms up to the sky. Reach long. And then as we exhale, let's bring the palms together and lower them to the third eye, to the center of the forehead, and just honoring our cultivation of awareness and anchoring our awareness. And then bringing your hands down to your heart, honoring this deep practice of cultivating a connection with self, and the self that is infinite, that is beyond individuality or separation. And then bringing your hands either to your legs or if you can touch ground, just honoring our connection with earth. And then to close out, we can just take one Om. We're just going to bring our hands to heart center. And I love Om because it's, as we enter the world, we take a breath in, we open our mouths, and as we leave this life, we close with an exhale, our last breath, and we close the mouth, Om. And this is Om, this is the expansiveness of everything that is, from beginning to end, from end to beginning. And so taking a deep breath in here, honoring yourself for showing up for this practice. Namaste. I hope that you enjoyed at least one, if not all of these practices. And I would love to do more of this. There are a million breathing practices and chakra balancing things that we could do. And I love teaching yoga and movement. And I do think it's good to move the body while we do this long of a practice. And I like to include that, but I would love to teach this. So if you're interested and you really loved this and you want to see this more regularly, just let me know and message me if you're watching the recording. If you want to see more of this, this is my daily practice. Usually not this long. I usually go 20 to 25 minutes is my daily practice. And I'm not saying that yours has to be that, but just some daily grounding. And I think the most important thing with the daily practice is asking your body what it needs. And so some days I need to breathe, some days I need to move, and some days I need to just lie down in child's pose and take rest. So just listening and honoring that. But hopefully this gave you some more tools. So thank you.